Hi, my name's Alistair. Have you ever walked away from a conversation thinking, why did that feel so hard? Well, we believe it comes down to something simple but powerful. It's about understanding your needs and theirs.
I'm Filippa, and Alistair and I are both certified trainers in nonviolent communication. What we want to share with you is how needs awareness, which is the core of this model of communication, has transformed the way that we relate to ourselves and others.
Yeah, so what are these needs that we're speaking of? Well, in nonviolent communication, our needs are considered to be universal human needs. In other words, all humans have these needs, and we have them present with us and in us at all times. And if we can tune into these needs, then it gives us the power to make different choices and to find and bring compassion to ourselves and to others. When I remember back to my first NVC training and discovering this concept of needs, I was blown away. Like, oh my goodness, it was so powerful for me that I numbed out. I almost couldn't believe that this was a thing. My whole nervous system kind of tuned out because it was so radical an idea that it was okay to have needs and to own them and then to be able to make requests from those needs. Often, needs get expressed in painful ways. I know before I had awareness of my needs, I would go about trying to get them met in all kinds of manipulative, passive aggressive ways that often created conflict and pain and suffering. And by learning about my needs, I was then able to start making clear and doable requests that was enriching both to myself and to the people that I love. The interesting thing is that everything we say or do is always driven by a need.
And when you have this needs awareness, it really helps to create more connection and meaningful relationships in your life. So I want to tell you a story to illustrate that. One day I was running a workshop with Alistair and I dashed home to tend to some things and hang out the washing in the break time. And I realized that I didn't have enough time. The washing wasn't going to be done in time and we needed our clothes for the week. My son, who was a teenager at the time, was gaming online. And I asked him if he would hang out the washing. And he said, well, I'm busy gaming. So the previous me would have been annoyed about that and seen the washing as more important than the video game. But what I was able to do was empathize both with myself and him. So my need for support, his need to have fun with his friends. And so then I was able to say, well, what about when you finish the game? Would you be willing to hang it out then? Oh, yeah, I guess so. And so he goes, but could you remind me? I said, well, I'll be busy back teaching my workshop again. So do you think you could put a timer on? Oh, yeah, I can do that. And after the workshop, Alistair and I came back here to review, and Alistair said, I bet he hasn't done it. I said, well, let's go and have a look. And he had. So this really can cultivate this sense of equality between people. And when people feel that their needs are being heard and respected, they're often more willing to do the things that we're asking them to do.
Yeah, so just to reiterate just how powerful this concept of needs awareness is, it really enables the opening up of a sense of compassion and care and consideration for others as well as myself. And within that, there's a freedom, there's an enjoyment, there's a warmth and a real sense of connection with others. So the NVC framework, it's a simple four-step model that really helps us to be connected to our needs and then to make clear, doable requests around asking them to be met.
We'd love to hear from you. What's a moment when understanding a need changed a conversation for you? Share it in the comments. And if this sparked something for you, then come join us at our next training. Check out the links below.